As I stated earlier, the division of occultism varies. You can pick up a book and you can read someone's book, and they may come with a different division, and this one, another guy have a different one, and so forth. So I put my own together here on this chart here, and this is what as I see in looking at all the different cults, how they group together. Occultism. Now, the word occultism is an umbrella term. It means that which is, like we said before, that which is hidden and used to describe those phenomena which transcends our world. So the word occultism is like an umbrella word. Okay? So, but under that umbrella, you have deviation. Okay? Under deviation, you're going to have three other categories. Okay? Some people will take deviation and talk about it as if it's just fortune telling. It's fortune telling, but it's more than fortune telling. All right, the definition of deviation is right next to it there. Deviation is the practice of foretelling the future, discovering hidden and secret knowledge by using a wide range of techniques. Okay? A wide range of techniques. This wide range of techniques falls under three more subcategories: fortune telling, magic, and spiritism. Okay? Fortune telling, which is spelled wrong, is the practice of determining the hidden significance or cause of events, sometimes foretelling the future by various techniques. Magic is the art of obtaining objects, acquiring knowledge, or performing works of wonder through supernatural means. Spiritism attempts to communicate with the dead to receive information and help from their loved ones. All right? Those are the categories of occultism. Now, on the back of that paper, as I spoke earlier, there's a list of the various different occult practices that falls under these various different categories. Remember I said that deviation uses a wide range of techniques. Well, here's the wide range of techniques that falls under this category of deviation. It's not just fortune telling, it's also sorcery, witchcraft, crystal balls, omens, rods, pendulums, and astrology, and so forth. All right? There are two basic categories of that chart that I gave you there. There are the things that deal with hidden knowledge, which would be deviation and the fortune telling and so forth. And then spiritual power, spiritual power, which would be magic and Satanism. Of course, those things blur, you can blur those, blend those together, but that's the two basic categories. These categories are used just to help us to organize things. But magic and spiritism also deals with hidden knowledge. Hidden knowledge things also deal with supernatural power also. Okay? Let's talk a little bit about fortune telling. All right? Which is the first one there, fortune telling. Fortune telling focuses on money, health, and relationships, as it does what they call readings. What they call readings. It capitalizes, fortune telling capitalizes on a person's fears and on a person's concerns. And it attempts to foretell the future. So money, health, and relationships, those three categories are what fortune telling deals with, if you think about it. The methods that are used in fortune telling uses devices, or what we call props, which they would read what these devices or props say. Palm reading, for example, reading the lines in the palm. Astrology, tea leaf reading, cards. I was looking at a newsreel a few months back. It was speaking about a woman, I believe she was in Florida, I believe, and she does palm reading. She switched from palm reading, you ready? to read the hind parts of people on the beaches in Florida. She would read the lines in the rear and was making money. We shake our heads, but she was making money, reading the lines in the rear. Just like you read through the hand. And that's how people would go to all extremes. And she named the different, what this line would mean and that line would mean. On the posterior, I used to call it posterior. I like to die when I see that. Necromancy is also a method. Necromancy, that's communication with the dead. And this is done by mediums or psychics. The methodologies of this also under necromancy is the Ouija board, seances, and channeling. Now, everybody that messed with that Ouija, almost everybody, I believe, that messed with that Ouija, I've never messed with that Ouija board in their lifetimes, and had did a Ouija board. The hands going. Yeah. As a kid, we had one, and we got rid of it. You know, we got rid of it. You know. And that's a whole other teaching itself, that Ouija board. A pattern of fortune telling. What is a pattern used in fortune telling? First of all, a question is formulated. Notice this now. A question is formulated. Sometimes a physical object may be used. They may want your the article of your loved one, or article of someone that has been close to. They may use cards in this fortune telling, or like I say, an intimate possession of someone to try to foretell certain things. Then a random arrangement, some type of random arrangement is made so that there is no conscious choice made, especially with the cards. A random arrangement of these cards or something is made. And you do not make a conscious choice. You make a choice, but it's not a conscious choice that you make. Fortune telling can only predict the outcome of a certain course of action. They really don't tell you the future, but they can predict a certain course of action. For example, if I say that, well, this young man over here, he's doing drugs, he's really into drugs, look man, you're going to get in trouble, you're going to end up in jail. I can predict what's going to happen to him because of what? A course of action that he's taking. They can tell you, that they didn't question you about certain things about what you're going to, the course that you're going to take. They're not really telling you the future. They let you tell them what the situation is, and they're just going along with what you're saying and giving you a different course of action. They will suggest an alternative to you. But they really can't state the future with any certainty. They can't tell you, well, next week you'll be wearing a brown shirt with black shoelaces and a green handkerchief in your back hip pocket wrapped with a quarter or something. They're not going to tell you that. But they cannot definitely foretell the future, but they can give you alternatives. They can move you along the way that they want to move you along, and then you think that they're telling you the future, and they're telling you something you don't know. Isn't it strange how people will go to fortune tellers, strangers, to tell them how to run their lives? People that don't even know nothing about them, and yet they're going to have these people tell them how to do their life. But let's show you how gullible we are as human beings. I think it was what P.T. Barnum said, a sucker is born every day, Magic. Let's look at magic now. Magic